up, you guys? Welcome to our brand new series, Check the Record. I am one of your co-hosts, Khrissy B. I am super, super excited about this new series. I am joined by my real homies. These are some real friends, okay? But I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Yo, what up? I am Python P, aka Big Buckle, the biggest buckle, man.
The biggest,
the one and only.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Producer extraordinaire, man. I'm a jack of all trades, man. I am your rapper's favorite producer, man. So I'm here to help
I heard
out.
that.
Man, Big Buckle.
Me?
That Big Buckle talk, all right? My name is, I'm Chuck Dizzle, live and direct, keeping it homegrown, of course, homegrown radio, Real 92.3, iHeartMedia, radio personality, father, husband, and just, a stand-up dude. And accompanied by the homies, like you said, some real homies.
So this is about to feel real like family. It's gonna give you some family energy. But what we're doing is, so we're breaking down albums, right? So the series is, y'all got mixtapes, y'all got EPs, again, y'all got albums. We doing all genres. We doing R&B. We might do some house.
Country?
Whatever y'all.
Country? We doing country?
We can do country.
All right. I just want to make sure we know what we really looking at.
I don't know if country one they pick a little out.
No genres off the limits.
Okay.
So we're here to critique them, good, bad, indifferent. We're going to break them down. We're going to go record by record, song by song. Because, we like hip-hop heads.
Mm-hmm.
We music heads.
Can we get spicy? We can get spicy.
We can get spicy. We are going to get spicy.
Okay.
Are you sure? That's what we were doing? We going for the clips?
I'll put it on the floor.
All right. Whoa. Okay.
On the floor, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
Because,
all right.
Chuck got live and direct.
Yeah.
Tight.
But he's, his show is breaking down, y'all submit your songs.
Mm-hmm.
So he's but Chuck is giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
So,
And what I love about this is the dynamic between all of us. You put the bat signal out there for people to submit records, right? You do a lot of events, so you see it from a different perspective that I might see it from the radio side. And I look for kind of like higher quality music, what the masses are going to look for. Python, I know you a producer, so I know you have a different ear as well, bro.
So I'm kind of like on the mechanical side and everything. Like same with you, I'm checking for quality. I'm checking for certain textures, certain melodies they use, see if like their range is up there or not. I can tell real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like what type of artists we're dealing with, what type of music they make. So I'm ready to judge y'all on that, man.
Yeah.
And above all, we're all fans too.
We are.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
I'm a consumer of music. Like I listen to it, I take it in. I'm listening to like the production. I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm listening to just the whole entire like what it takes to make a song. Like I come from I come from an era of lyricism and. I hate to use the word like real hip hop, but I guess that's the right term for it. But we just come from a certain era of music where I guess we have high expectations for certain songs and albums. So my expectations are always set high when it comes to like how I listen to music. So we're just gonna get right into it. So we had a lot of submissions. You put
the bat signal out.
We had a lot of submissions. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We did, and so
a couple wobblers in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So. One that stood out, so we're just gonna kind of open up one of our first episodes with AON BJ.
Yes.
Okay, AON BJ. Again, let me just real quick follow directions. Shout out to him. He followed in directions when it came to his submission.
What'd you tell people to do?
Simple. I said, email me.
That's it.
Number one. Don't hand me your mixtape.
I didn't say DM me. I said email me. That's rule number one. I said email me. I said email me your links to your music. So if that's on Spotify, if that's on Apple Music, if that's on Tidal, I want direct links. I want to be able to click on it and go right to the music.
Right.
Okay? Did I get that on all of these?
Nope.
Nope.
And that's why you got passed. And that's why we're not doing your shit.
Sheesh.
Be honest with you.
Next rule. I want to know who you are. I don't know you. So I wanted your IG handle. If you had a bio, that would have been great. Some submitted photos, but it was just simple. I wanted your website, your IG link, or your social media handles, and I needed direct links to your music. Yeah. I don't want to have to download and do all of this. I wanted simplicity of just being able to click and go right to the song. So shout out to him. He followed directions. And then when I turned on the project, it just instantly, caught my attention. So we're gonna get into it. Okay, so before the cameras turned on, we had a little bit of discussion about the presentation, I guess, of how the album is packaged, because I'm confused.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Nah, for sure.
But it's a really good album. So AON BJ presents. What do we say? AON.
In the building.
Nah, see, okay, so Red in the Building did the production, right? So it's AO, the way I interpret it is AO in the building. You know, Red in the Building has his tag, which is Red in the Building. So I think these two coming together. It's the project that Red in the Building did the production. AON did the raps, obviously. So AO in the building.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if that's second
they're not a clique.
So it's not a BJ project. It's a BJ and Red project.
I feel like it's a BJ project, but produced by Red in the Building. So they both equally have some, stake in it. But I know AON is a collective as well. I think I'll get the exact name of it, but it's a few of them. But AON BJ is one of the artists on there. It's his brand, and they're coming together making this project. So that's what we have right there. But to your point, it can be confusing for somebody that's pressing play for the first time. I have no idea who you are. It's like, okay, is this a collective album? Is this both of you guys? Is this a solo project when it has AON Presents AO in the Building? So you might want to clean that part up, but sonically, I mean, straight off the rip, I mean, I like the first song.
Yep.
That Play to Win is one of my favorites off the project, and we can kind of break it down from track to track.
So there's 11 songs on the project, which I think is a really good number at this point. Again, as a consumer of music, I can listen to 11 songs, but I have to
I can't.
I have to. You said you can't?
I can't.
Can't listen to 11 songs?
Nah, I mean and we'll get into it, but I consume music a little differently, and I have a lot going on. I know we all got a lot going on, but for me, I've never been a consumer of music in that sense. I like to just get to what I like and just kind of rock with those. So I kind of skim through music versus letting it live. So it's harder for me to actually kind of live with a project. So I listen to it a little bit different. What about you?
For sure.
I like that. I'm only gonna let it live if as soon as I turn on the first record, it has to hit. So if like the first 30 seconds, if I can't get into it like the first 30 seconds, I'm automatically gonna skip. So so it depends. Because as soon as it turns on, I have to hear something. Yeah. And then if I'm not turned on within like the first 30 or 40 seconds, then I might skip to the next song. If I'm not turned on with that one, then I might just turn it off in its entirety and may not even give it a shot. Because I have to, it has to hit. Unless, and also too, consuming music, unless everybody in the world is talking about this one particular song, I might not even turn it on and listen to the first song. I might go to that song first. Right. And then play it back from the beginning. But it has to turn me on. It has to be attracted right off the rip. Yeah. Because if I can hear some shit, y'all know within the first minute, like, oh, there's some bullshit.
Right. And more so, I know with women, it's the same thing how you guys, see men is like, the first 10 seconds you're going to know if you look at the shoes. It's the same with music. I think y'all apply the same thing. It's like, the first 10, I know right off the back, this ain't it. I'm turned off. It's over with.
Great point.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm going to say what I'm excited about the show and what it's making me do, and I was talking to Chuck earlier, we have to review project, but now it's making me actually have to sit and live with the project and go through the whole thing. Usually, I'm skimming through it. I pick certain songs and I'm out of here. I think that's what everyone do. We pick our songs, put it on our playlist, and we move on. But what we doing here with Recent album, with BJ album, I literally had to sit, listen to every single song, break it down, see what he's talking about. And it reminded me of what we was doing back in 02 and 03. Yeah. When we get an album, when we get a CD, we sit there and listen to it and really have conversations about it.
Yep. But listen to what you just said and listen to what she just said, right? And this is for the bigger takeaway to any artist that's doing music, right? Normally you do what? You skip through the music. Normally you have to find that record that everybody's talking about for you to discover it, right? Same thing for me from a radio's perspective. We're looking for the hits. So a lot of people won't sit there and listen to 11 songs. A lot of people, normally you don't consume that way, right? We're forced to do it now with the show, which is dope, but the masses, sometimes people don't do that. So it's important for you to hit hard with the songs that you have. Pick the best freaking records that you can possibly put on there.
So we doing y'all motherfucking favorite because we sitting with y'all project, we living with it, man. So we gonna let the people know if it's dope, we gonna advise them to live with it, do their shit, you know what I'm saying?
But back to my point with Play to Win, I feel like he did that. It caught my attention. I don't know, what are your thoughts about Play to Win?
I like Play to Win also. I actually like, my standout song is Love Come Down. Okay. Love Come Down was great. Exactly. Yeah, and to me, that's smart because he really played off of a really great, first of all, the original record is amazing. And he used it to his advantage. Right. But he did very, very well. Not everybody can sample well.
Absolutely.
And that was a great sample. But again, the only reason why I got that far into it is because the opening song was amazing. Yeah. I was able to continue to listen to it because right off the rip, it just caught my attention. I'm like, oh, he can actually rap.
Yeah, he dope.
He can actually rap. And the only critique I would say is that I guess sometimes I'm looking for range. I just wanted to kind of switch up at some point. And in the middle of the project, you know, it kind of did give me a little bit of range. But I want to hear the girl record. I want to hear the hood shit. I want to hear the twerking shit. I want to hear where you just maybe rapping. But sometimes maybe that's not his style.
Right.
You know, maybe that's just not his style. But I do look for some range.
It seemed comfortable in the sense where he just sat in that one lane. And
He sat in a pocket that's very familiar to him.
Very comfortable.
That's very comfortable to him. Instead of maybe playing with some different sounds or maybe productions or changing his voice texture a little bit.
And that comes with when you do a project with one producer, and so that one producer, if Red has that one sound, then yeah, I mean, you know, of course, Red's gonna have that, you know what I'm saying? But because if you had an array of different producers, then yeah, you would see the range and different colorfulness in the production. But because he chose one producer, you know, well, I can't say that because, you know, I've done projects with artists, and you know, I have a different, you know, so it comes down to the producer, how much range the producer has and what the artist has to work with. So, I mean, because, well, me personally, I think it's a good marriage that Red and BJ have, because BJ, he's sliding on Red's production. So that's what I do like they both mesh well together.
So if it works, leave it alone. Don't mess with it.
No, I definitely see what you're saying. I mean, you can always, you know, take chances and everything, because he did sit in that one pocket, and it seemed like he was comfortable in that sound. Sometimes you do want to take risks and be uncomfortable and see where it goes, but sometimes artists are scared to do that because, like, I don't want to do that and just come out trash, or it doesn't fit sonically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything on that project fits sonically, of course, because it's one producer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So of course it's going to do that. But I was going to say one thing with the sample he used, the Love Come Down. It's funny to me because, I mean, I'm assume, you know, he didn't clear that sample. Because,
no, you snitching out here.
Damn. I'm snitching out here. Nah, it's already. No, look. It ain't snitching. The paperwork's out there. It's already out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing.
I always wondered that though, because you hear a lot of samples, I never asked that in the interviews too, because I'm like,
they don't clear the sample until they get hit with it.
And
they not stripping until they get hit. Then they'll figure it out at that point.
And really, what it is, I tell artists all the time when they ask me about should I clear, I'm like, it depends on, like, you know, the artist. So with him, it's like he's gonna be in the clear. Now if he hit 1 million streams, now they coming for him.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
so you say he ain't making enough noise yet.
Now he under the radar. So now they don't. Like, even if they see it, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not, you know, it's nothing to be, like, made on.
But he did another one. So there's 2 samples. There's also the Gigolo record that he has, you know, with the Nick Cannon Gigolo record.
Get dope.
And that one's fire too.
Yeah.
That's a sample as well. So
I mean, he gonna
Nick might come for you though.
Yeah, Nick got them kids.
Nick got them kids.
Nick got some babies to pay for.
I
need all of his coins.
I need all $75. Golly. You gonna take my man?
Nick gonna hear that shit and he coming.
Man.
The team will be sliding in your DMs.
Crazy.
What I did like about Get Dope, because I look at it 2 ways. I'm on one end, I'm like, damn, if you're gonna sample something, make sure not only if it's familiar, but that you bring your own sauce to it. And I like that he put his own sauce to it. He didn't play off the word gigolo. He didn't play off it. It wasn't corny.
Yeah.
When I first heard it though, I'm like, oh man, please don't do it. Don't have gigolo on the record. Don't have any reference to Canon, and just don't do it. So he really made it his own, and I respect that about him. Another record that I liked was Come Correct as well.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, for me, it was 4 songs that kind of stood out overall out of 11 tracks. I'm cool with that, mainly because, again, back to me not really having too much time to listen to stuff. It's only 23 minutes, right?
It's short.
So it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, that's short.
For an introduction, I'm with it.
Like that.
I don't want to hear 22 songs if I don't know who you are, especially if I have to kind of search for my favorite songs off of that. So for me, I think 4 out of 11 for me is not bad.
So the next album that he drops, if it's 45 minutes, are you going to listen to the whole 45 minutes?
I'll give him that courtesy, like you said. If the first couple songs, I'll give you 10 or 15 seconds off that first listen. If it gets me, I'll live with it. If not, skip a room, skipping through it. But I like it as an introduction project. I like it as, for me, I feel like the production was really strong as well. So one takeaway I would love to see is how he sounds without Red. You know what I mean? Just to kind of, so we can hear that flavor and that range, to see where he goes outside of that pocket. And, you know, but it's a good introduction for me. Again, I have a little more context behind it because he sent his music in for live and direct. So I'm with it. I love it. And for me, it was impressive to kind of for somebody that I didn't know to press play on,
Same.
for me to actually kind of listen to and be like, okay, I'm excited for it.
I'm the same way. Like when Khrissy sent me the Spotify, I'm automatically like, oh, here we go, it's a new artist. See what the hell he's talking about, man. But when I press play, like I was thoroughly surprised because I'm like, to me, every single song, I was like where I'm at right now in my life, like I've been so critical, like on music and everything, and sometimes that takes the fun out of being a listener.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I scale back, and I'm more so just take it, like I take it in as a whole now. Like I start off with if it's pleasing on the ear.
Yeah.
I'll start with that, but because Red in the building, he's so dope as a producer. He made every song sound pleasing. It wasn't anything where it was like, just certain sounds that stood out, or just he didn't try to be, extra abstract, or just adding boings or anything in there. You know
Added what?
Yeah.
Added what?
He had no boing, he didn't add no extra sound, no bird chirps or anything like that. Like he kept it. All the sounds were warm. All this, all the drums and everything. Everything was cohesive. So no, I mean every single song, like I was not mad. I'm like, okay, this song is cool. This song is dope to me. And BJ, to me, he's a dope rapper, so I know he can skate on different.
He was skating.
Yeah.
This is my very first introduction to him.
And he doesn't have like that West Coast flow, like to where I feel like, okay, he can only do that. Like he was on like the beats were were kind of leaning towards like our culture type of beats and everything, but I didn't feel like he was trying to fit in that pocket of rapping like a like an LA rapper. Like I feel like he can get on different beats. So I'm really looking forward to see like what else he does.
Now, would you listening to this? Do you, in your mind as a producer, do you say, "Oh man, I got something for him. I think I can get him in his pocket and give him something else"?
I'm reaching out, man. Because I definitely want to hear him on something more universal. I want to hear him on something that every coast can like rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want him to be stuck, making I guess LA type of sound because it doesn't reach out that far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I cater to making music that everybody.
I 1,000% agree.
Would you add this to the playlist? To your playlist? Like personal playlist?
I would.
Okay.
Like certain songs.
I would, yeah.
Is there a particular song that's like, okay, this is my go-to? What's your favorite one off the project?
It's Love Come Down.
Love Come Down? Okay.
Love Come Down.
So you would add that one to the playlist?
I would. And then, but I was able to listen to it as a whole. Like I turned it on in the car and I let it play. So there were some that were better than others. Some that was like, but in its entirety, like I said, I really, really enjoyed it. I was actually very, very surprised. I also too, when I'm listening to new artists, I also would like to see what their branding looks like. I kind of want to see what he looks like. I want to go to his socials. I want to see what the page looks like aesthetically.
I ain't do none of that.
Yeah, I think he probably need a little more help on that.
Yeah, just a little bit more. I did a little bit more sprucing up with the branding because I want the music and I want the branding to match.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it to match, and it's just about cleaning up everything, making everything look aesthetically pleasing.
The quality is everything.
The quality is everything, and not saying that the quality is bad, but it could be much better.
Of course.
And to me, that's what separates an artist from the whole pack. Is if your quality is just above par as far as your artwork. And to me, like the artwork could have been a little better, with that. But yeah, the way I look at you different is if your quality is above par. And so it makes me take you serious because I know that you take yourself serious as an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, using top dollar, you're investing all your money or whatever it is into like your art.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like you said, into your content and all that. So, I definitely want to see him do that, man.
Well, AON, for folks that may want to know, it's an ambition out of nothing. So that's what the whole AON.
Thank you for clearing that up, because I had no clue.
The collective that they were doing. So yeah, I know it's AON BJ and I think AON Ace, and yeah, so that's the crew. This is the project with Red in the Building. They did a collaborative effort. And I mean, again, as an introduction for people that may not know either one of you, I feel like it's a solid introduction.
Bro, hey, I am not mad. I'm looking forward. I'm a fan. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a fan now.
I am too. So this particular project was released on July 5th. 11 songs. It's available on Spotify, Apple Music, and I think they have a YouTube playlist.
Okay. Nice.
So those are perfect actually streaming platforms. So I think that's good.
So 1 to 10.
Title maybe.
1 to 10. What would y'all give it?
I'm gonna give it a 7. Solid 7.
Okay.
I agree.
Solid 7.
I agree.
What you giving it? 7?
I'm going with a 7.
Damn, we can't all disagree, can
we? You 7, 7, 7.
I'm gonna go 7.
7, 7, 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so where is the room for why not a 10?
Well, I mean, we kind of named a couple of things.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't love every song.
Right.
So it's like I did for this particular one, I listened all the way through. I was on the plane ride, so y'all had me there. I was listening the whole way through it. Had I not, I think I would have skipped a couple of the tracks off the rip, right?
Well, what makes the album a 10 though?
When you just
that's a whole other conversation.
When you don't skip
the Black
at all,
album is a 10.
Man,
Get Rich or Die Trying. Shit like that.
Man, I'm
that's
saying,
your 10. Black album is my 10. What's your
all
10?
Eyes on Me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 20 right there.
Those are immaculate, perfect.
The top 10.
Don't do
perfect
that.
albums.
We get into that later.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect, immaculate albums. Like
it's a solid
from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
I know. I definitely want to. I know there's for sure room for improvement as far as what he's talking about. He can be more vulnerable.
I feel like Play to Win was that vulnerable track, and it was knocking.
Yeah.
So for me, I would want to hear more of that, kind of extended. You know, that's what kind of catches me me personally as a listener. And I also look for the hits as well. So it's like you have to have those familiar records, things that's gonna get people going. But I feel like he did a good job again. I like 4 out of 11. I know the percentage may be off, but I'll give him that solid 7 because I think I was more impressed not knowing who, I had a little context before, but I had to go back to if I didn't know who they were, I would have still, listened to it and kind of gave them.
I'm a 7 leaning towards 8. I ain't gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. Like I said, only because I like his voice. Like his voice cuts through. I'm a fan of rappers where I can understand everything you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
And with him, he has that voice where I understand every single word, which makes me hang on to what you're saying. Like I can really follow everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate rappers where I can barely understand what they're saying or they're not articulate or things like that. So that's why when I'm hearing him, I'm like, bro, he got it. Because he knows how to convey his message clearly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at it at all, man.
All right, so 7s across the boards. Again, the platforms that this project is on: Spotify, YouTube playlist, Apple Music. Get on Tidal. I love Tidal personally. It was released July 5th. Anything else y'all want to touch on? Shout out to Aon BJ.
No, you did your shit, man.
Red in the building.
Yeah.
The Aon click.
Aon the building.
Aon click.
Aon the building.
Aon in the building.
Yeah.
Aon. Okay, wait.
See, I don't know. Look, he got the extra N in there. I think it should just be Aon in the building.
Y'all gotta fix that and let Chuck just say it every time because I can't.
Because if you say Aon in the building, it just don't.
Jesus
It don't have
Christ,
a good ring to it. And if that's the thing, that, I think that kind of threw people off. It's like Aon in the building. Like, no. Just,
like how P said it.
Yeah.
Like if you would maybe made one of the ends lowercase, then we could have separated.
Aon in the building.
That's a big ass
Like,
thing.
say Aon in the building.
This is why it's a 7, motherfucker.
Right.
No lie.
Anyway, check him out. Follow him. His social medias is, I think, AON in the building also.
No.
AON in the building or AON Presents.
What you mean?
AON, his social media.
No, it's
See, I'm already messed up.
It's at that boy on Western. Yeah. So that's his IG. I don't know about the other socials.
Okay, well maybe you need to tie all that in and make it make sense.
Hey, look,
BJ.
and Chuck gets all this on his live and their reg, like their artist name. You go to their social media, bro, it's a whole different thing.
Make that shit unison, bro.
Make all that shit unison.
And I always sit up like, hey, wait, that's you. Oh, okay, so people may not make that connection, bro.
So right now, change that shit. Make sure everything is AON BJ all across the board, bro. Ain't nobody got that shit. Come on, man.
Somebody probably.
This is real good constructive criticism.
Yeah, bro.
But you made it to the show.
Yo.
Shout out to you. You made it to the show.
Shout out to you and shout out to Khrissy for liking your music to get you on here.
Man, because she skipped a lot. She skipped a lot.
Bro, you better
let you know now. She's crazy.
There's some bullshit in there, but we'll get to that.
Jesus Christ.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Shout out to y'all for tuning in, and we're out.
Hello.